on
Or
Camp at
Narducci, go
once.
ahead.
Hey, Tobias, how's camp been so far, and how much of this is familiar since you were with Doc before? How much of what he's implementing is familiar to you?
Camp has been great so far. I think we've had a great work ethic from the start of it. Guys are continuing to push each other, push ourselves out there. We're continuing to get into the best shape that we can, but overall we're working. Obviously, system wise, it's new for a lot of guys, mostly everyone. Uh, even myself, there's a lot of newness to what we're doing, but the style of the practices, the style of play too, is familiar with for what I know being coached by Doc. So it's been pretty easy to pick up.
Are any of your teammates kind of going to you and asking you certain things since kind of you've been through the system, even though he's tweaked it and you said there are different things in it?
Yeah, I mean, some guys come to me here and there about different things of the offense. But I think the biggest thing that Doc is implementing in this is uh, us as a whole collective team playing off of one another and playing off each other's talent. So it's more along us to figure out how we can better the next guy and all the way down the line. So that's where the real, I guess you can say, quote unquote, challenges right now. But we've done a great job of figuring that out thus far, and we'll continue to get better at that day by day.
Okay, thanks.
No problem.
Next, next up, Keith. What's up, Tobias? How you been, man?
Good, you?
I can't complain. I can't complain. Hey, this morning I saw a tweet from you.
Yeah.
It was the hashtag abolish the death penalty.
Hmm.
And can you just talk about sending that out? And also, Tobias, like, I mean, you're paid now. Like, sometimes when people get paid like you, they stop being such an advocate for certain things because it
Yeah.
doesn't affect them. So I wanted you to talk about this tweet
Hmm.
and also talk about the other thing that I asked you about.
Yeah. For me, that's just something that I've never agreed with. Um, Coming up, hearing about it, watching different movies about it, and seeing and yesterday, obviously, which was another a death penalty that did happen. It's something that I just totally don't agree with, and that's my personal opinion. I believe that as a whole, that should be something that we should abolish, and and look for different ways to basically come down on a punishment, right? So, I'm just me personally. I'm not for the death penalty or anyone receiving the death penalty. I just that doesn't sit well with me. Um, you know, I don't fight a death with a death. So that's just me.
Secondly, in regards to like basketball,
Hmm.
you you coach. I mean, Doc was your coach before. You know about the pick and rolls and everything. You have two players, Joel and Ben, who really didn't do them a lot when you first came here. How have they looked to you when they're paired in pick and rolls?
They look good in pick and roll. I think both of them have. Uh, we 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 as a team continue to do things to make their lives easier on the court. But when both of them are in pick and rolls space with three other shooters, it's tough to guard. So it's just on them figuring out how to use their God-given talents, which for Ben is size and speed. For Joel is his ability to be stronger than a lot of other guys. So I knew Doc coming in here, I knew that was going to be something we were going to implement, and it's just a matter of picking apart the defenses because I think Ben is really really good getting downhill and faster than a lot of people who guard him, and Joel's just bigger and stronger. So just it's just about slowing down and picking apart the defense of how they play you. Even if you watched a lot last year, a lot of guys were going over on Ben because they knew about his speed, and so that's going to be a big thing for our offense.
Amen. Thank you.
Oh, no problem.
Next up, Tom West.
Hey Tobias, just kind of following on from the last question with pick and roll, have you been running much more pick and roll in practice so far yourself? And how do you think maybe handling more of those this season is going to help your game?
Yeah, I think it's a big part of my game. Big part of my success in the league is playing pick and roll. So throughout early on in this camp, we have been running more pick and rolls. Offenses, more movement, more body movement of different guys making cuts and rolling, and Joel being a playmaker at the top. So, we're running them. They've been effective, and we'll continue to grow with them. But for me, next step out of those is making plays out of pick and roll, getting shooters open, getting good looks, and it just opens the court up for everybody going forward.
And if I can just follow up quickly, Doc said he's talked a bit with you about kind of, quickening your decision making and that kind of thing this year. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that's been easier for you having more shooters on the floor, giving you sort of more passing reads, different options, and a bit more space to work with?
Yeah, and anytime you get more shooting, that's going to increase driving lanes, increase ability to get off better, more efficient shots too in the offense. So, yeah, I definitely think the added shooting, it helps that.
Thanks, Tobias.
No problem.
Take one more, Tobias, from Martin Arducci. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Tobias, Doc says he's not really concerned with positions and everything, and you said you felt you're better as a 4, but are you working at all at the 3 in training camp, or have you been mainly exclusively at the 4?
No, actually, I've been playing the 1. No, I'm just messing with you, man. I've been, we kind of just been doing, it's really been free flowing. So this offense is, there really isn't much positions. I would say the only definitive position would be the 5 because of where he is on the floor, but everyone else is interchangeable. Biggest thing for myself is just space on the court, being able to get into driving lanes, being able to shoot. And, once we continue to figure out each other's games and making life easier for one another on the floor, that space will continue to open up, and it'll be a lot easier for everybody.
Do you like that? It seems like almost as an offensive player, it gives you a little more freedom, that kind of an offense.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I love it. It fits my game, and I have no complaints with that.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Tobias.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.